No, like Vagisil, like there's something wrong with it.
5, 4, 3 all the way. Then we got to one finger salute. We have Caffeine Controversy, the podcast.
Alrighty, guys, welcome to the first episode of Caffeine Controversy with your host, Big Levi, and then we have Cara, also known as Fluffy Got Fit, and then we have Miss PGP, Pale Ginger Pear. If you're looking at us, you know why she's called Pale, and you know why I was called Fluff. I do have the loose skin because I used to be 460 pounds, and Miss, my beautiful wife over here, has had 7 lipedema surgeries. But we're going to talk a little bit more about things that you might not have known about us. But if you're here, it's because you followed us on our IG. So let's talk about it. Ladies first. Short ladies, big booty ladies. I want to talk to you. Tell me a little bit about you, you sexy thing.
So I was an online dating girly.
Ooh.
Partly because I didn't date much in the beginning. I had a date, was in a relationship for a while, then met my first husband.
Nice,
Foolishly
nice.
jumped into that really quick. And then
It's all right. We got San Juan.
and then after that I was divorced with a toddler.
It was always difficult as a big guy to try to pull chicks, but I could do it because of the fact that I did have the gift of gab, and it was one of the best things that I had. I didn't really care about which situation that I was put in post high school. In high school, I was an introverted nerd, but I was also an athlete. So it was like, but that was my way to get things out, like my rage and all the other things, because I was a very young teenager. Proud 80s baby, as you guys can tell, we both are. 1985, glowing and showing.
81.
Because you already know if you're 40, you're freaky, and we do some freaky things in our 40s. But it was one of those things where I was like, I really didn't know how to maneuver one within certain atmosphere of like the chicks that I would get, but it was also, I was so introverted and picked on and bullied. I was like, I want to flex some muscle here. So I became everything that I thought I wanted to be, which was an unabashful, unapologetic man. And I was just slinging it as far and hard as I could. And look, you signed up to be with this. This is what I did. Right. And the reason is because 1, I was insecure, but 2, I was like, I got to make up for lost time here. So I was doing the most while weighing the most, and I really didn't care, like, what I was doing. Now, there were some questionable nights, you know what I mean? Like, I've definitely had my fair share of night crawlers, and I know I probably shouldn't have did a lot of the things that I did, because I put my man meat in places where we wouldn't even go to war as a country. Someone who prided himself on trying to be Mr. Player type holistic type of dude, that made me afraid of online dating, because now I'm in that vulnerable position. And now looking at it, you were definitely in that vulnerable position, because the number one thing as somebody like, look, my uncle had game. He taught me the game, and he told me, he's like, Junior, if you wanted to do something real special, you're going to have yourself a 1 through 5. And not for nothing, online, you could definitely be that 1 through 5.
Yeah.
And you was part of that in 1 through 5. Hell, it might have been a 1 through 6. Was you the starting lineup? Was you the 6th man? We gonna figure it out on this podcast today. Now let's talk about you, PGP. Where did you stand and where did you rank on this NBA, NCAA type of team? Starting 5?
I was made to believe that I was the one and only one, and then
you're my one and only.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you're my one and only. No butt cheeks can speak to me like yours does. Clap, clap. Go ahead.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I was made to believe that I was the only one, and that infatuated with me, and it was a big deal. And at the beginning it really was over all the time and everything. And then it was once he knew he had me hooked and believing his story, then it was I have to go here for work, I have to go there for work, I have to do this for work. And it was just enough time to
he was like Luda, hoes in different area codes, huh?
Yeah, and countries.
Oh snap, he was international throwing it. Yo,
there
shots
was at
out.
least one Canadian that I knew of.
Oh snap, getting that passport tush.
But his ego ended up kind of blowing his own cover, because I found out later that he convinced a lot of us to start Instagrams.
Yeah.
And through my Instagram, I had done a little Barcroft documentary thing, and he was briefly featured in it.
Mm-hmm.
And well, being that it was like about plus size, a lot of the other plus size girls he was talking to saw it. And, and were like, I was getting messages of like, I'm dating him. And I just like ignored it at first. And then it was like, are you still with him? And they started like leaving comments. It wasn't just like private DMs.
Yeah.
And he like got really like irrational about like his picture being shown in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I asked you before they filmed if I had to take your picture out of my house. Like, you knew I had a framed photo of us like on my nightstand at the time. Like,
yeah.
Do I need to remove this? And you were like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, because they're doing B-roll footage. He's like, no. And I was like, okay. And they're going to ask me why I started my Instagram. I'm like, you were the reason. Do I refer to you as like a friend? Like, how do I refer to you?
Yeah.
Because like we were on again, off again at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, your boyfriend. And I was like, okay. So I did what he had advised. And then when it hit 3 million views in like a month and a half and blew his cover.
Yeah.
He was like livid.
Yeah, because now he can't, there's no way for him to lie about it.
Yeah.
And this is something as people who have been in multiple relationships, having multiple relationships, multiple partners. This is both our second marriage.
Yeah.
We've kind of really been through a lot of ups and downs all around in regards to dating, life, and things of that nature. One being in the body that we're in now, but also being in a bigger body for both of us.
Yeah.
Because you were at one point, you're only 5'2", and you were at one point almost 400 pounds. I'm 6'1" and was well over 400 pounds going towards 500. And seeing it as it may, it kind of made we were on both opposite ends of the spectrum of being insecure, both insecure, but expressing it in different ways. You not really being able to go out and date and go on a date. So doing online dating, which a lot of people do that to mask their insecurities because they're scared to meet people in person or don't have the ability to meet people in person. And then you have somebody like me who had the insecurity about meeting people online and prefer to do it in person because I would get that ego boost, which would help my insecurity of the fact that I wasn't comfortable with who I was and was trying to make up for lost time. What else we got, Pepe? What is next on the docket for episode 1?
So, artificially sweetened chaos.
Yeah.
So, we are near Pittsburgh. So, we're near that side of Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Love is Blind was just filmed in Ohio.
Oh, snap. Get a walking stick.
And the next season is going to be Philly.
Nice.
So we are right between the two, like the previous season and the next season.
And old boy just got like that restraining order from Love is Blind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's problematic, my guy.
So
you know more about that than anything else, so brief me on the situation.
So Love is Blind is where they go on a dating show where they are separated men and women. The Lachey's host.
Yep, because Nick Lachey had the best success with his relationship with Jessica Simpson on that Chicken of the Sea. We remember that. Good shout out to Nick Lachey and 98 Degrees. You were the 5th best boy band of that era.
Nick was borderline obsessive that it was in Ohio because that is where he is from. So
OH.
Yeah, that was
I-O.
Yelled throughout the whole series multiple times. But so they go on a show, the men and women are separated.
Yep.
And then they go into these pods. And so like they're in separate rooms with a thin like membrane looking wall that you can't see through.
Yep.
And then there's like speakered in.
Yep.
So you sit on these long dates and you talk and you talk and talk and talk and get to know these people. And you have a notebook and you keep track of notes about, you know, what they are. And you can gift each other things on these dates and it's delivered into the pod. You can have food and drink and like all this stuff. But the whole premise is like you're not supposed to know what the other person looks like to see if love is blind.
It's like, look, love is blind for real if it's with the right person. Like and that's even the thing. If love is blind, like, look, I'm not taking no ugly chick to go see my mama. Love is not completely blind. If you out here looking like a foot and Uncle Fester, you are not meeting big hams. You know what I'm saying? Because big hands be like, Junior, why you bring this ugly girl in my house?
So there is 10 successful marriages across 10 seasons. So that is kind of better stats than Bachelorette.
Yeah, because
The Bachelor, Bachelorette.
Yeah, because didn't that have like what, over how many seasons?
Like 50 some seasons, and there was like it ended up being like 20%. Like it was like not that many.
Because don't they got from all those seasons of like the Bachelorette? Don't they have like the old people Bachelorette where it's like the people that got
the golden?
Yeah, what's that? Like they gotta use Vagisil or some shit like that.
My God.
I'm just saying, don't old people gotta use that?
Like lube?
No, like Vagisil. Like there's something wrong with it.
No, Vagisil like is a medicine that anybody with a vagina might need to use at some point.
What's it for?
It's like with yeast infections and stuff. It's
Don't
not...
old people get prone to yeast infections?
Yeah, but that doesn't have to do anything with relationships and dating.
Vagisil, old vagina. Makes perfect sense. They're freaking old.
Oh my God.
It does. Viagra.
Viagra, yes. Vagisil has nothing to do with the sex drive or relationship.
All I'm saying is sometimes if you got old coochie, you got to use Vagisil.
No.
Yes.
It doesn't apply to age.
It applies to vaginas.
Yes, but not an age.
Yes, it does.
Not an age.
If your vagina looks like an old shoe, I've heard the term, go get yourself some Vagisil.
That doesn't mean it's right.
It doesn't mean it's wrong either.
All right.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong.
I'm not old. I mean, I'm oldish, but I'm not old. And there's a tube in the bathroom.
You use Vagisil?
Not on a daily.
The more you know, guys. The more you know.
Oh my God. Do you want me to look up the reason it's used?
Google it.
Oh my God.
Let AI tell us about the problems of Vagisil. Because you hate what? You're going to ruin your search engine? Go in incognito.
No, I don't care
Same
about
way
that.
you look at your porns.
I hate the
your hot dog shop porn.
So Vagisil is a brand of over-the-counter designed for intimate feminine care, including treating external itching, irritation, and dryness. But not dryness as in like you put it on and use it for lube. Old
coochie gets dry.
Oh my God.
Old coochie gets dry. Young coochie does not get dry.
It uses a local anesthetic to block nerve signals, reducing the feeling of itchy, and the other ingredients then treat the surface irritation. So it's basically like if you've got like skin irritation that makes you like...
Yeah, more you know. I'm autistic.
That was a weird little rabbit hole I did not expect us to go down.
If you got a sponsorship from Vagisil and they offered you like $100,000, would you take it?
Sure.
I'm just saying, the world's gonna know you got dry, itchy cooch.
Oh my God.
That you just said that's what it's for.
That's like a main reason, but you can also put it on like other spots that are dry and itchy.
Most men are like me, dumb. So you're gonna tell me that they're not gonna think you got dry vaginicals down there?
It's the same thing as
is it like coochie shingles? Like it just flakes?
No, ew.
I'm just saying. It's a thought.
Ugh, no. So it's like it could be similar to like an athlete's foot, where like you're ridiculous.
I'm just saying. You tell me something got athlete's foot, that means you can get coochie corns?
No, dear God, do you not know how like the body works at all?
I go inside. That's as much as as a man whore. Back to the original premise. As a man whore, me in.
Oh my God!
It's amazing that I never had a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
I
know nothing.
There's many uses for it because you didn't want to use any other cream on that area. So you bought the cream that's specifically designed safe for that area.
Now I get it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry we went down that route. I appreciate this PE lesson in health.
There's nothing wrong.
Okay. All this TV crap, it's entertaining as all hell.
Yeah.
Like the Salt Lake Snowflakes, that show. Like
the Real House, or there's the Real Housewives of Salt Lake,
Mhm.
or there's the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Them whores,
Yeah.
right? So like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, that's entertaining, right? Real Housewives of whatever is entertaining.
Yeah.
The Kardashians, them in the fake buck cheeks, those is entertaining. You know what I mean? But you can't fucking think all those things are going to lead to like, oh, this is what a successful relationship is. Isn't the one Kardashian, the one that was married to Kanye, Kim Kardashian, isn't she dating her sister's ex-boyfriend now? The NASCAR driver or the Ferrari driver?
I think so. I don't keep up with the Kardashians. That wasn't even.
That was a moment right there, guys. That was a moment. You take that, you frame it. You see this over here. You frame this moment with the pair.
Yeah, no, I never got into them.
Yeah, a lot of people did. A lot of basketball players got into them.
Out of all of the trash TV that I love, I never got into them.
Yeah.
I was more the like Bachelor, Bachelorette, Love is Blind, Love on the Spectrum.
That's a good show. Jersey Shore was me.
I did watch Jersey Shore. I'm trying to think some of the other my first reality stuff was like Real World.
Real World, Road Rules, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean we're that group, and I'm even a little bit before you.
Because that's where Theo Vaughn was first seen on TV. Yeah. Real World, Road Rules.
Yeah. And The Miz.
The Miz was on Real World New York.
Segura's wife.
She was on Road Rules. Yeah. All these people were out on it, like on TV or whatever, and it was like that was the biggest thing because that Real World was like at the point in time when we were young people's Big Brother.
Yeah.
So it was like all these games and things like that, and it was perfect to us to watch because it was just like literally then it was like problematic.
Yeah.
But then you had moments where you had like on MTV's Real World, was it Los Angeles where you had Pedro? San Francisco. Pedro, right?
Yeah.
That was impactful. So you had those moments where it was like, okay, here's a real touch of reality. But then you had the stuff that was like completely out of pocket, which was like, oh boy, slapping girl in the face in Seattle. You know what I mean? The one who had like Lyme disease. Remember that?
Oh,
Remember that? Like that was a big thing.
She was in the car.
Yeah, because he rolled up and bow and smacked her right in the face.
I should like I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at the memory of it.
Like, yeah, because it's like, bro,
didn't he like throw a teddy bear or something too?
It was like she left without and said some rude stuff. He threw something at her, and then she said something on the way out to the door, and somebody's like, "Did you hear what she said?" Said something on, and he rolled up to the cop and then smacked it and closed the door, and then she started crying and drove off. It's like we literally just watched The Domestic.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like when Snooki got punched in the face in the nightclub. Remember that? That's what took the show off. Because up until that point, it was like meh, and then that took the show off. That her taking that right hook got a second season, and that second season went crazy, and then it turned into like this whole thing. Where now you have Jersey Shore Vacation.
Yeah.
But now it's like,
yeah,
you know, like everything's out of pocket. So now it's you just turn to a channel, and you can watch somebody literally have sex on TV. Or you can watch somebody like literally call somebody like out their name with some racial term, or being like, I'm gonna get married right now. Or you have age of attrition where it's like I don't even know the age of this person.
Yeah, I tried to watch that, and you know, I am like a panda when it comes to my TV. The trashier, the better. And the level of ick that I got from that show. Because I started it and I was like, if it's good and entertaining, then I was going to make you watch it with me. And and then I was like, oh, this is a whole nother level. Like, because the premise of the show is they meet up and they are allowed to talk. But the only question they are not allowed to ask is like how old you are. They're not allowed to like reveal their age or anything that would give away an age.
Yeah.
However, some of these girls look 14, so they're like 21, 22.
Yep.
And dude looks 60. Like you know,
Like a leather handbag.
like the one age gap, the guy is 60 and she's 27.
Yeah.
There's a 33-year age gap. He doesn't tell her that he has kids at first. So like what they do is they talk.
Yep.
And then when they agree to go to the commitment room and make a commitment and give each other like a promise ring, which is really immature sounding, and they wear it on their right hand, that's when they're allowed to reveal their age.
Yeah.
And then they get into the real world together, and that's where I stopped. Like, I tapped out. And for me to tap out, you know it's...
Yeah, that's when you know.
I power through.
Yeah, that is terrifyingly bad.
And the one couple, like, so they meet. He's 60, she's 27. Asked if he wanted kids, and he said, I won't have kids outside of a marriage. So if we were to get married and you wanted kids, like, I'm all for it. Never mentioning that he has kids already that I'm pretty sure are older than her.
Yeah.
Like, and so she's under the belief that he doesn't have kids.
Yep.
And then he drops it later. She's like, why didn't you tell me in the commitment room when we were like talking about kids and marriage and stuff? Like, and then another one, it's an older woman, a younger guy. She's 50 something, 54, I think. He's 28.
Yep.
Her oldest son is 29.
So she's 54?
I think so.
So it's a win-win for him if he doesn't want kids. He ain't got to wear no condoms. There's no risk.
But like my point is, as like somebody who has a child, you know people around your kid's age.
Yeah.
You can tell with the way they talk, the way they act. Like, you know what level.
I mean, but this is kind of yields. I get that, but this kind of yields into the situation that we're in. We're 40 plus, still thinking that we're 20, but our bones say we're 80. Like, that's kind of where we're at right now. So it's like, it's hard to really get that gauge, especially when there's behind a screen where you can't really talk to that person or see that person.
Oh, these are in person.
Oh, so they see each other.
They see each other. So they see that they look like a baby.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And it's,
they're one pill away from like death. Now, let me ask you this. Would you smash somebody that's 27 years older than you? They're old enough to remember black and white TVs.
I mean, I remember black and white TVs.
That says something.
We had one.
Did you guys have the big TV and then the little TV on the top?
I think so, in our basement.
I'm proud of you because you guys had struggles then.
Oh, yeah. We
had struggles.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a black mold.
No. The TV, I remember, stopped working picture-wise and just played the sound. And my dad gave it to a blind guy at our church because he didn't need to see it anyways.
I guess that love was blind. Jesus' love was blind because he was at the church. He has risen. Hear no evil, see no evil. All right. But would you smash somebody that's 27 years older than you? How old are you?
I am 44.
44 turning 45. Big year for you. So 27 years older than that is going to be 73.
Oh, I don't think I could.
You both have bad hips. So like I'm trying to make it as so there's not going to be a lot of pumping. There's not going to be a lot of pumping. There's going to be a lot of soaking. Soaking is what the Mormons do. Oh, my God. Those Silver Lake snowflakes, they all about their soaking. SS Express, soaking silvers.
Oh, my God.
Silver soaker instead of silver surfer. Oh, we're coining new phrases over here on the pod. Oh, my God. Last sips, what's your thoughts? Because as I take my last sip. Because I got to drain the vein that counts the most.
Oh, my God.
What? I got to drain the vein that counts the most. It's the most important vein. It makes you happy. She loves me.
I do very much.
Sometimes I don't know why, but she does. I mean, my hot take would be that nobody's truly unlovable. Everybody can find their asshole. And everybody can find their person. You just got to know where to look. If you want happiness and you're tired of being treated like trash, stop trying to find love in a freaking dumpster. If you just want out here and just smash and get smushed, then smash and get smushed. But don't be mad when they call you a whore. Okay? If you're gonna look, men and women are both whores. Okay, both can be whores. You think you're a player, you're a whore. You think you're just out here doing what a man does, you're a whore. Okay, but own it, own it. Look, I'm saying this as somebody whose mother is dead. She can look down upon me and know that her son was a whore, but he did what he wanted to do to be happy. Because sometimes a hoe phase is yo phase, bitch. Ta-da!
Say we end on that.
And thank you guys for watching the first episode of Caffeine Controversy. You can follow us on all platforms. They'll be linked below in the descriptions. This, of course, has been the fluffy one, Levi. Then we have PGP, Cara. Follow us. We'll be back next Monday with a new episode that's going to be even better than this one as we find our ways through the grooves. So just so you know, we are here.
Make sure you follow us on all platforms, you misfits. And just remember, caffeine is first. The filter is never.